Hello everyone, it's Cyberverse Trains. I apologize for a very long hiatus from this channel, about half a year now. So anyway, I wanted to do another Bachmann predictions video because there haven't been any announcements so far this year, just new releases like the Tar Taker, the Open Carriage, mostly rolling stock, which is cool. And then we finally got our looks at the Mainland Diesel and Sydney. So, usually around this time of the year is when Bachmann makes their mid-year announcements. I don't think they're going to do that until possibly the next Thomas Tuesday. So, I'm going to go ahead and just basically give you my predictions of what could possibly happen. Now, I have been noted before. I understand that we're not going to get any more model series characters, so it's wishful thinking, but it's never going to happen, unfortunately. So, the last announcement we got around this time last year was Flying Scotsman. And that was a humongous, that was a big reveal for me. That was a really big reveal for everybody. Sadly, the Knapford station was canceled, so that sucks. I was really hoping for that. But nevertheless, let me get into some of... I'm going to go over rolling stock first before I go over locomotives and engines. Me personally, we need more rolling stock in the line. Yeah, you could say, but we have plenty. Yeah, but not as much as I would like, because there are a lot more variety. I'm sorry if you hear like a hum or something in the background. That is my AC unit here in the train room. It is incredibly hot where I'm at, so I had to get an AC unit installed because I don't have AC in this room or heat. So I gotta get a heater at some point for this room as well when I get ready to put more scenery down. But nonetheless, what I really want for rolling stock is there was a recent picture that I saw on Instagram of Bachmann, Scarloey, Rheneas, and Edward referencing a scene or an illustration from the Railway series, and Rheneas is on a well wagon. I believe he's on a well wagon or a low loader, something like that. I want that specific freight car back in this range. We've had it before, but it was sold for a very short period of time, so there's not too many people that I know that own it, and I really would like to see a new one be made, because I'm a sucker for bogie rolling stock, because we have the log car, we have the diesel fuel car from Thomas to the Rescue, we have the two mail coaches, the red and the green. We have the passenger cars, of course, the coaches, but there's not a whole lot of like freight rolling stock. So I really would like to see a low loader / well wagon. I would also like to see, if you remember the crate rolling stock, apparently those are discontinued now. Give us a flatbed with these on it, a bogie one, not this. Because, I mean, these were cool. I'm not going to lie. These were really cool. But I wish it was a longer flatbed like the log car or the diesel fuel car. So I would like to see a bogie one with these crates. I think it would sell more and it would stick around a lot longer. Believe me, it would. These did appear in the show during the model series, and I believe even the CGI series, they appeared. So that is definitely something that I would like to see. in terms of passenger cars, there's not many passenger cars that I want to see other than Spencer's special brake coach. I have talked to Terrence the Tractor 525 about it before, because he did pull 2 special coaches in the CGI series and sometimes the model series as well, and we only have one. We only have the one coach from season 8 or season 7 is when I first season 7 is when I believe Spencer was first introduced. It could be 6. Correct me if I'm wrong. I apologize. I didn't do research before this video. But anyway, yeah, whenever Spencer was first shown, he was only pulling 1 special coach, so I get why there's only 1. But I think he's due for a brake coach, in my opinion, because it's been years and years and years and years with him not having a brake coach. Plus, I think Spencer would look splendid with 2 special coaches. Because Hornby did it, it's about time Bachmann does one. I think other than the passenger cars and the rolling stock, that's I think that's pretty much it. Now, in terms of rolling stock still, because I know a ton of people have been wanting Harvey in the Bachmann range, and me personally, I do too. And I'm gonna be clear about something. I think it would be awesome if you guys want Harvey. I personally think we need, and this would go great with the Adventure Begins Thomas and James, if we got Judy and Jerome. Now, their eyes don't have to move, but if they were to move, maybe when they're on the swivel, their eyes can go side to side, whatever direction you're putting them in. I think Judy and Jerome would be perfect. The breakdown train, essentially. I think that would be awesome. And then give us the work coach, the works unit coach. And if not Judy and Jerome, maybe someone who's been in the Thomas franchise for a little while, which is Rocky, because Rocky replaced the breakdown train, which, you know, it was okay. I thought Rocky was a cool character, and I would love to see Rocky make an appearance in the Bachmann line. Now, the predictions are the ones that I have already suggested and kind of want, but if we're going to get a crane, I would like to see Rocky or Judy and Jerome. Maybe Kevin, I don't know, because we got Cranky the Crane. I just think it would be cool if we got Rocky or Judy and Jerome from The Adventure Begins. That's somewhat classic, even though they weren't sentient in the Railway series and in the original show. But I just think it would be cool if we got Judy and Jerome. Judy and Jerome are they even appeared in the later seasons. So me personally, I think they would be great characters to be put in the Bachmann line. Plus, they would be essential to the Origins Thomas and James, but also Daisy and Ryan. Because if you remember, they were moved to Harwick on the Harwick branch line because Rocky can't be the only crane on Sodor to get, to be the rescue crane. Judy and Jerome, I just think it was cool that, I just think it would be cool if we get Judy and Jerome at some point. It just makes sense to me. I get it that they're cranes and you have to make sure they can go through tunnels and stuff like that. Bachmann makes their own cranes for the American line for their rolling stock, so I don't see why they couldn't. But other than that, that's pretty much it on the rolling stock. Uh, Now for standard gauge engines, I will get into narrow gauge in a minute. I think Harvey. I've heard Harvey a lot, so I'm gonna say the next engine might be Harvey. I won't be surprised though, since Bachmann has just come out with their newest Hudson. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. I think it was announced last year, and it was released this year. Their new streamlined Hudson. I would be down if they did Connor and Caitlin. Mainly Connor first, because I don't think they made Caitlin's bases just yet. But Connor would be probably one of the smartest moves to be next. And I say that because he's in CGI only. He appeared a few times in the series, more than Caitlin did. And on top of that, I think Connor would be essential to the Bachmann, Thomas, and Friends line. He's an American locomotive, kind of like Bo, so all they really would have to do is, because they took an existing tooling with Bo that they already had and just gave him an operating headlamp so he doesn't have the moving eye mechanism. They could possibly do the same with Connor and release him with his passenger cars. I think that would be incredible if they did something like that. Caitlin would probably be the next one, of course, but I think Caitlin would probably come later down the line, no pun intended. But if Caitlin were to be made, I think she would be either announced at the same time as Connor or a little bit after Connor. Of course, we could see Hero if they wanted to go with an all-new tooling. Harvey and Hero, I believe, are the most common ones that are wanted right now. And I'm fine with either one, but Connor would be the smartest move. In terms of other characters besides those particular four, CGI, God. There's not many CGI characters that I really care about. But Connor, Caitlin, and Hero would be awesome. Steven would be a little too hard, but I'm not sure. I do want to say that Connor would be awesome to see, and so would Harvey. Harvey mostly. Alright. For narrow gauge, it's because they haven't. Duncan, for whatever the reason, is just not planned to be made, and that sucks. So it's gonna be. He's either never gonna be made, or it's gonna be a while before we get him. So I'm thinking we're probably going to get either. I'm not gonna say the hit era narrow gauge engines. If you know which ones I'm talking about, I'm not even gonna mention them. It's gonna be between Millie. Yeah, it's gonna be between Millie, Victor, or Luke. My honest to God, I think Victor would probably be the most logical choice to be next, only because he was frequent throughout the CGI series. Very, very frequent, and he was one of the very few characters that stayed. So I believe Victor would most likely be the next narrow gauge engine to be made instead of Duncan, Luke, or Millie, because Duncan is up in the air right now. Millie and Luke, I don't think are as popular as Victor, so Victor would most likely be the next narrow gauge engine to be made. Since we got Bulgy, basically they resurrect their road vehicles from the dead. I want to see Trevor. Okay, he appeared in CGI. I want Trevor. Trevor. Trevor would be a really good model to have, because I know we're never going to get George. So if I had to opt for Trevor or George, I'm going to go with Trevor, because Trevor did appear in the CGI series, and I personally really want him the most. So Trevor would be awesome to see as the next road vehicle. I don't see... Well, actually, I could see Ace being made as well as like a retool of Sir Topham Hatt's car. So I could see Ace being made, but because he did appear in Wubba, so there's that. But I'm praying that we get Trevor. Trevor would be 10 times better. And I've also noticed that I haven't said too many diesel locomotives. So I know people want Diesel 10, because Diesel 10 isn't completely off the table because he did appear in CGI. The thing is, I don't know what they're going to do with the Claw or Pinchy. I guess they would have to find a way to... Diesel 10 would be pretty hard, because you got to articulate the arm, and the arm's got to have articulation on it, and he's well, even if they don't articulate the arm or the claw, or pinchy, whatever you want to call it, it will most likely be a static piece to where the claw can probably open and close. If not, it'll probably be static. So Diesel 10 is a model that I'm not going to say is entirely off the table, but I don't think we're quite there with the technology to have a character such as him be made. Yes, we got Sydney. Yes, we got Malin Diesel, Paxton, regular Diesel. If you were around for Arian Burt, yeah, we got Arian Burt. We got Salting Mavis Daisy. I would like to see more Diesel characters, but sadly, if you want classic series Diesel characters, you're gonna have to buy. You're gonna have to go out of your way and buy other brands of their class from import. Yeah, you'll have to import those types of models to the U.S. if you're a U.S. Native and stuff like that. So you would have to make your own, which I'm fine with. I haven't done it myself, but I do want to get Boko's class of Diesel and paint it up to make it look like him. I wouldn't mind doing that myself. But other than that, there's really nothing else that I have prediction-wise. I guess in terms of sublines, if you want to call it, DCC engines, Thomas and Percy, I think they're a huge hit, in my opinion. I think most people actually like them. So if they were to do DCC engines, I think the most logical choices would to be, especially with Wanderers of Sodor being a huge hit as well, I think the most logical choices to be made next is honestly James and Diesel. Diesel and James would be excellent models to be made in DCC. And if Bachmann ever does make more DCC engines, I will most likely get all the DCC engines and sell my DC versions, but at the same time, I don't think they want to take away... I don't think Bachmann is going to want to replace their entire DC line with DCC. So I could only see them making maybe a select few of characters being made, not every character. So I'm going to go on a whim. If they were to announce a new set of DCC engines, it would most likely be James and Diesel. If not Diesel or James, well, James is obviously one of the next choices, but if I had to choose between Diesel and another character, probably Toby. So, I don't know. I think that would be very interesting if they decided to go for Thomas, Percy, James, Diesel, or Toby. Well, between James, Toby, and Diesel, I think they would probably be the next logical choices for DCC. And I think that's going to wrap it up. So sorry for the long video. I wanted to put out my predictions, even though this is somewhat prediction / wish list. I am trying to keep it strictly CGI because we're not going to get classic series characters whatsoever. And that really sucks because it would be cool to get characters that you don't have to make yourself, but at the same time, it's not going to happen, unfortunately, unless something magical happens. It's not going to happen, so that's unfortunate. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Please stay tuned for more. I promise I won't be gone so long next time. So just bear with me. I'm doing some things to the layout that I'm still working with the setup because I'm not too happy with the setup currently. There are a couple of things that I want to change. So just kind of bear with me for a little bit, and I'll get back to you guys when I have a massive update or I picked up some items, whatever. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your summer, wherever you are, and enjoy model railroading. See you guys around.